We didn't talk about this last week. Again, we had so much stuff to discuss last week that I kind of left this out by accident, but we'll talk about it now. I wrote about it today. I did a whole article on it, so I'm kind of want to get your take on it because I've talked about it enough. We had The Rock return 2 weeks ago, and on that same day when he was on SmackDown, earlier on in the day on Pat McAfee's show, he confirmed to Pat McAfee that there were plans to do him and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39 earlier this year in Los Angeles at SoFi. But what I don't understand is that he was like, oh, it's not a schedule thing, it's not an injury thing, it's about coming up with something that we've never done before for the fans. Which is so fucking dumb to me, just because it is a schedule thing, because if he controls his schedule, which is what he said, then why would he have not come back before now? I mean, he's been gone for so long, why would he not come back sooner? And two, it is an injury thing, because a lot of these insurance companies that he works with for his movies do not want him out there wrestling, especially after his last 2 full-length matches in 2012 and 2013. He got fucking hurt in, and the second time I think it did delay the production of Hercules, and almost completely fucked that thing up. So, I think it's a factor of both of those things, but also coming up with something unprecedented. What does that even mean? I know they announced the Cena match, the first one, a year in advance, and that was cool. You can't do that again. I mean, there's no real reason to reinvent the wheel here. Rock and Roman writes itself, so I don't know. Again, I talked about this enough. I think Cody should finish the story. We've joked about that before. But give me your take as far as this whole Rock and Roman, the rumors ramping up again as we head into WrestleMania 40, which he did tease as a possibility in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like, I feel like his point was more like he wanted it to, like, make sense. I mean, I feel like if Roman beat The Rock, then, like, where does it go with the bloodline? Like, he is the tribal chief. I guess maybe it was just more like kind of after whatever, like making it make sense, I guess would be the best way to put it. But, I mean, like you said, it's not a scheduling thing, I guess, or whatever. But I think it was more the fact he, like, wanted it to make sense and, like, have a bigger meaning to it, I guess. Because I feel like if Roman just beat him, it's like, now what do you do with the bloodline? So, I mean, I think it was more of that kind of scenario than him, like I said, like, whatever the fuck he put it as, like, oh, I want it to be whatever. So, I mean, at this point, I'm all set with seeing it. Not that I want to see Cody finish the story, but just finish the fucking story. And I don't need to see Rock and Roman right now.
If it were to happen at some point, I'm not going to say I wouldn't be excited, because I did think, Rock being back is always exciting. I would love for The Rock to have one final match that wasn't fucking Eric Rowan from 6-7 years ago. No disrespect to Rowan, but that's not exactly a way to retire, in my opinion. I don't know how capable he is of having another match. The guy's 50 years old, I think, at this point, is The Rock. I know Sting's 60-something, but The Rock has not wrestled a match in over 10 years, and even then it wasn't a full-time schedule. He hasn't been full-time in over 20 years. I know he's in great shape physically, but being in great shape is different than being in great ring shape. There's a real difference there. He's got to get ready. I just don't think he has the time. And this is also relevant this week because the SAG-AFTRA strike might be up soon. They're still on strike. I know they came to a tentative deal with the writers of the Writers Guild of America. It's not the same thing as the actors strike. That's still going on. They need to kind of, sift through that. But once that's over with, which you could be on the sooner side from what it looks like, Rock's probably not coming back again. And I feel the same way. I think the time to do Rock and Roman would have been this past year. And it's funny, I know Cody was coming back from injury and it made sense for him to go for the championship, but it would have made more sense if Rock was free to do the match this year, and then you build to Cody finally winning the belt after not doing the first match at Mania 39. You do it at WrestleMania 40. I feel like it's too little too late with Rock and Roman. They're not doing it at the Rumble. They're not doing it at fucking SummerSlam. They would have to do it at Mania. And I also, just to dispel this idea, they're not doing it 2 nights in a row. To do Rock and Roman night 1 and Rock and Cody on night 2, I mean, I want to get your take on this, and maybe you think otherwise, but I just think that'd be absolutely fucking stupid, and you're risking injury with Roman Reigns, and it's also taking away from both matches if you're building to both simultaneously.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely tough. I will say, people saying, like, I don't want to, like, I want to see the match. I don't, like, I think people saying they don't want to see the match are just, I mean, why wouldn't you want to see it? I mean, I guess it's more people want to see, like, the circumstance of it, like, oh, we don't want Cody to not get his shot, whatever. But, I mean, I do want to see the match. I'm not like, oh, nope, don't do it, never want to see it. Like, I do want to see the match. I just think, per my point, it's like, people don't want to see it now because they want to see Cody win. But, I mean, I think if it wasn't over the belt, like, definitely, because I definitely want to see the match. But I just don't think doing it for the first night and then Cody and Roman the second night makes, like you said, it's just too much, like, variable. Like, once if Roman got hurt, then what do you do? I guess maybe just suck it up and we get it. But I just feel like if you're gonna do it, just do Cody and Roman at this point.
Yeah, and I also just think, too, that you're not going to do Rock and Roman at night one. That sounds nice on paper. Rock and Roman ain't working fucking night one. That would be a night two main event. So you're going to have Roman drop the belt on night one and still do Rock and Roman at night two and have Roman win because Roman's not losing. I mean, that's just stupid. So I think they missed their chance. That also takes away other opportunities from the other men and women. I think that's dumb. So, yeah, I don't want to see the match at WrestleMania 40, just to put that out there. I know that's the rumbling right now, and that's what people are talking about and buzzing about. No thanks. Like, it's time to move on. Focus on Cody and Roman. That's the match that you have to do. Cody right now is doing a whole lot of nothing, feuding with Judgment Day. Fine, but like, dude, he should have beaten Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. I'm not changing from that. I'm not moving away from that opinion. It's been almost 6 months exactly, and I am not shifting from that opinion because guess what? It is dumb that he lost. So we need Rock and Roman, or not Rock and Roman, we need Cody and Roman at WrestleMania 40. Cody wins, and we can move on from this Roman run that has kind of lasted a little bit longer than it should have, if we're being completely honest here.